Hey there everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Is it just me or does anybody else out there feel like even though today's the 7th of January that today's really the beginning of the year, you know, with the holiday falling middle of the week, most people probably didn't go back to work till Wednesday, had a short week. So now I really feel like we're into 2019, which is a good thing. I'm excited about this year. And today I want to talk about how to make a raw food diet work for you. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you haven't already done it, please go down there and hit that red subscribe button right now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I've got several notes I'll be looking down today. Just kind of stuff I've been noticing lately, some of the questions I get like on Instagram and stuff. And it's like this thing is a very individual thing, and you've got to make it work for you, and you've got to make it work under your circumstances. Like I say, it's not like I don't want to help, but when I get somebody that's totally in a different climate than I am or environment than I am, plus they don't eat that much fruit or they don't get that much fruit, I'm just kind of at a loss. You know, and I've actually had somebody yesterday wanting to do meal plans for them, and I'm like, have you watched me very much? You know, it's kind of just grab some fruit, probably not getting enough greens right now. I am going to get back on the salads this year, but yeah, I'm not that guy. You have to, one size does not fit all for this raw food diet. That's very important for people to understand. And I'll go back and throw out my same advice I'm always telling people. If you're new to this, if you've had trouble with this, if you just want to learn about this raw food diet or do it a little bit better than you happen to be doing it now, you need to go to the right people. For instance, I've had people reach out to me through Instagram, and they are actually up in Canada. They are actually where Lissa of Lissa's Raw Food Romance lives, and I'm like, I mean, it's just kind of like I'm scratching my head. I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. I've been living down in the tropics and now I'm in Alabama. You got somebody exactly where you live, but you're like asking me. That's just not my forte, you know, is to imagine, okay, let's see, what do you have there? And you got to adapt. You know, this diet, sometimes you can't do everything that you see other people doing just based on, you know, what you are able to get in your area. So you got to work with what you have. Don't worry about what this person has. Don't worry about what that person has. Don't even worry about people when they say, well, this is how we're supposed to eat, or we need this much per day. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And I know a lot of people out there probably are in similar situations like me, especially this time of year where you're not getting you're not getting a huge variety. Right now I'm kind of fortunate because oranges I'm getting, mangoes. I got some in Pensacola the other day. I'm waiting to see if they're going to be good. They were good last year, but yeah, you know, I don't really have that much, so I even have to adapt since I've been here. And that's what you're always going to have to do with circumstances in life, not just the raw food diet. But that would be number one. If you're having a problem, you want to get some information, you kind of want to have an example of how to eat, watch those people that are in similar situations to you, because there's a whole lot of different ways of doing it. Even some I don't necessarily agree with, or they're not for me, but there's a whole lot of different ways of doing the raw food diet. There's people that do this raw food diet that are not very heavily fruit-based. So, you know, for the people that don't eat fruit, don't have access to a lot of fruit, don't like fruit, can't eat a lot of fruit, you might look to more things like that. And also, too, look to learn those recipes. Just find the people. I'm going to use Melissa again, Melissa's Raw Food Romance. She's got meal plans. She's got recipes. That's why I don't have a problem. You know, I'm not big on suggesting things to spend money on in general, but that's why I have no problem like suggesting, you know, pick up one of her books, pick up 2 of her books, pick up a couple of her books. She's got a meal plan. That one's been a while ago, about 30-day meal plan, and it's been out long enough that she gave me a copy, or I bought a copy from her when she came to see me in Costa Rica about 2.5 years ago. So there's stuff in there that's less fruit-based. You know, you watch me. Go to my playlist and watch my What I Eat in a Day videos, and you'll see. You should be able to pick up, and then go watch my What I Eat in a Day videos, and then go watch some other people what they ate in a day videos. Man, that's a way to hack straight to it. It's like, okay, this person's in similar circumstances. They get this. They don't get this. They blah blah blah, and you could almost kind of mimic that. I've done that a lot of times with learning things in a lot of different ways, but you want to find an example for you. Another thing too is make those plans. Plans. I don't do it, but I see too many people that are just kind of winging it. You know, whatever, I'll do this today, I'll do that today, and that's okay if you can thrive, get by, succeed on this lifestyle doing it that way. But a lot of people, especially in the beginning, need a little bit more of that planning instead of just, okay, what am I gonna, oh, I'm hungry now, what am I gonna eat? And what I always say about making a plan for yourself, do whatever you got to do. Don't be cocky. Don't think like, oh, I don't need to do all this, this is kind of silly, whatever. Do what by any means necessary. You know, if you need to meal plan your whole week, that's what you got to do. I'm not saying you necessarily have to do that, but if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Some people need that structure, and I'm coming to understand that just, you know, after doing this for a while and watching how people adapt to this lifestyle. Some people can do it like me. They just pick it up and start eating fruit and vegetables and whatever, and others need a little bit more structure. They need to, plus two, they need to know what's coming. They don't, you know, you can't just leave them to their own advice like, okay, I'll eat whatever when I get hungry, because they're probably not quite at that stage yet. And if they just do it willy-nilly and wait until they're hungry, chances are they may not make the best choices all the time. So plan and write it down. You know, keep stuff around the house all the time. That one I've said, I bet I've said 1,000 times on this channel, is your environment. You know, clean up your environment to the best you can. If you live by, well, if you live by yourself, you totally control your environment, or if you're significant other, kids, roommates, whatever, eat like you. But if not, just clean up your environment to the extent that you can. Keep good choices around the house. If you're isolated, even the better. You know what I think really helped me a lot in the beginning on this lifestyle was I was living in San Jose at the time, and I had housemates, but we weren't like close friends. It wasn't quite like a roommate. We all rented rooms there. So even though there was food in the kitchen, I'm not going to take their food because that's not my food. You know, it's not just the fact that it wasn't what I ate anymore. It's just like I'd be like stealing, you know, that's their food. So I was able to clean my environment and only keep good things in the house. Now, where the isolation, I wasn't isolated, I just had to walk a little bit. In other words, you know, here in the States, everybody seems to have a car. They can pop in the car and go somewhere on a moment's notice. Well, where I was living, if I had, you know, some craving or whatever in the middle of the night, or even sometimes during the day, you know, I had to really put in an effort to go out and get some food. I had to put my clothes on. I had to either call a taxi or I had to walk. You know, it was going to be about a probably 15-20 minute walk. So I just, you know, as long as I kept my house without the bad stuff in there, that helped a lot. So clean up your environment, make a plan. You know, you don't have to be too hardcore with that plan. You're going to adapt as you go. I can guarantee you that, because as you learn, you'll learn a few more things. You'll feel how your body's feeling on this. But you know, in 2019, let's not make such a thing of this raw food diet and make it like this thing that has to be broken down and you got courses and you got this and that. It's eating food. It's eating whole foods, whole plants and vegetables, lots of fruit, lots of greens, lots of vegetables, depending on what you eat. Some people only eat the tender greens, the leafy greens, but whatever you eat. And once again, let me go and say that whole food, plant-based, a little bit more important than the raw part of it. So just always make the best choices you're able to make in your circumstances, like I said, I think yesterday. And I was thinking something the other day, a little support doesn't hurt. You know, one of the biggest things I hear since I've been doing this is people are always like, well, I don't have any, my family doesn't support me, my friends don't eat like this, nobody I know in my life eats like this. And, you know, that can be a little isolating, make you feel a little bit lonely at times, but find a buddy, you know, find some support. The support's important, so find yourself some support online. I don't necessarily say get your support from a group, but you might find your support in a group. In other words, like when I was active in the groups, I don't know, God, probably going back 3 or 4 years, I made some friends out of those groups. I don't remember if I actually got connected with Melissa through there, but I used the groups. Soon I kind of got to where I wasn't really all that interested in them, but I used the groups and I met some cool people who to this day we still have conversations and whatever. Now, okay, I didn't get that much support. I wasn't needing all that much support, but it was nice because we had this back and forth. I had people that I could go to online. Okay, nobody in my day-to-day life. Have that person online that you can reach out to, you know, you can help each other out. Sometimes it just takes an encouraging word, but this is not really that hard. Like I say, it becomes hard when people like obsess on perfection. 2019, do the best you can. 2019, make the best choices that are available to you in each moment. 2019, don't stress yourself or worry about things that are beyond your control. You know, you can only do what you can do with what you've got. So anyhow, I hope this one wasn't too confusing today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace.